Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Today is Friday, April 24th, and it is the 42nd day of social distancing. Hopefully, you guys are hanging in there okay. Today, it looks like a bit of a rainy day, so you'll probably be spending a little more time indoors. So, what better day to get to know a little bit of online video editing software? So, first off, if any of you guys are using Mac computers, I highly recommend you stick to iMovie. I think it's pretty straightforward. It's very similar to what we use in class. We're using Final Cut. And it's going to have a lot of features that are going to be great for you. If you're editing from a PC or you're editing from a Chromebook, you may want to check out Clipchamp. Now, it's not the greatest program out there. It has its drawbacks, but I used it for the first time the other day, and I thought it had a lot of excellent features, and it's free, so you can't go wrong with free. So, take a look at this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you want me to try out any other online video editing softwares, I will check those out too. So just go ahead and drop a comment right there in Google Classroom. And have a great weekend. I want you guys to relax, have fun. These are kind of crazy times we're living in. So remember to stop and enjoy yourself, learn something new, and make a movie. So with that being said, here's Clipchamp. Have a great weekend. All right, so here we are at clipchamp.com, and I'm going to sign up for an account. This is my first time going here. And when it says, let's get started with Create, you are going to just choose an educator one as a student, and you're going to sign up with Google. So make sure you're signed in with your school account. Give it permission. That's your nclac.org account. And then it's going to ask you what kind of videos you create. I was looking for an education option. There isn't one. I don't think it really matters. They might tailor the certain emails that they have or certain offers based on this. Probably doesn't matter. You could skip this step for now. And then you're going to be able to get started. So now that I am started, I'm all logged in, and I am going to create a video by just clicking that purple button there. And it gives you a number of options. We're going to choose a widescreen for most of the videos that we're going to make, just so it's just like what we'd be editing at school. And if you've ever used iMovie or Final Cut Pro, it is a very similar layout. So what I'm going to do is import some footage. So I already have a video copied to my desktop, and I'm going to grab it. And since I'm using my Mac, it brings up the Finder. If you're using a PC or Chromebook, probably will look a little bit different, but you'll still navigate through your computer to find your files. So now that I have a video clip imported, I'm going to have two options. I can either drag it, just like I'm doing this here, to what's called the timeline, or you can just hit the plus button and then it puts it in right afterwards. But I didn't need that, so I just highlighted it and hit the delete key so that I could edit. All right, so here I am on my skateboard. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Oliver can still ollie. It's been a few years and I don't ollie very high, but I can do it. All right, and now I'm going to try and put some titles on here. This is my very first time going through here, so I'm just demoing it. You can just click and drag. Pretty straightforward. I think you'll figure it out. And if you put a title on top of a video clip, it's going to be right over it. So just like you see on Herring TV all the time when there's a title that shows someone's name, it would be just put in like that. You can also put it directly on the timeline. So here I have it over top of nothing if I wanted just a black background. And then it's going to go to my video clip next. All right, so there's a bunch of tools on the left here. You've got text, overlay, background, transitions, things like that. I'm just demoing another title here. So if I wanted to put a title that kind of makes the video blur out, you could use that one. So experiment with this. See which kind of titles you like. See how you want to put them on your video. Okay, you can edit properties of things. Looks like it gives you a little tutorial window to help you with it. You can change the length of things by clicking on the ends of them. But like I was saying before, if you've ever used iMovie or ever used Final Cut, they look really similar. Just because it's basic timeline editing. Okay, let's see what else I'm able to do with this. So first time through, I promise you. Okay. Now I'm going to go for a background. And see, I'm taking white here to put over here, because that way I can have white behind my text. But you notice that with white lettering, you don't notice that. So at the top, you've got a little inspector there, and you can change the colors of your text. So you can go with a darker text if you want to have a lighter background, or lighter text. I think that looks pretty straightforward. All right. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to see what kind of footage that they have for us. So let's just see if I can find anything on here. You can search through, and just like a lot of free programs out there, they kind of advertise that it looks like you might get to be able to use this, but you actually need to upgrade your account. If you are really passionate about video editing and you want to get an account with them, it might be something you might want to look into. It's something you won't need. So for example, this doctor footage that I had here, right? This is a little green screen footage. I'm going to be able to key that out. And I'm able to put it directly over top of it. So the way that you find the way that you do this is I'm actually searching for right now. Let's try and find it. I think it's going to be a filter, although I haven't figured that out yet. So if you just put it after a clip, you would see a separate clip, so it's not going to be very exciting. If you put it on top of it, it's going to try and remove the background. I got it deleted. Let me add that back again. So the plus just dropped it directly on my timeline, and then I can move it around. But so with it above the clip of me on the skateboard, you now see the green screen clip. But by going to overlays, no, not overlays, that can't be it. I will find this. Filters, oh, there it is at the bottom. So it says green screen, and it's in beta. Well, let's see if it works. So now all of a sudden you can see the doctor, you can see me. That seems to work so far. And I'm just adjusting the position of where he goes. I think you guys kind of get the point of how this works. Yeah, so you're able to add some of those keying features. You can adjust the opacity. It doesn't have the same quality as in Final Cut where you can completely resize things and move them around. So it looks like you're kind of stuck with the doctor being in that position on the frame. You have the ability to flip him from side to side. If I crop, it doesn't even adjust it because it's the same size image. And then there is, let's see, what am I going to do? Let's see. All right. Okay, now I'm going to add some music. So I'm going to find music by showing you a place where you can find music online. So you can use this with any video editing software. And there's a variety of places to find free music. We're going to go to bensound.com. And Bensound has royalty-free music. And you can listen through any of these songs. You've probably heard a few of them before. And once you click on a song and you hit download, it'll go to your downloads bar if you're using a Mac. It'll save into your downloads on a PC. On a Chromebook, I'm not sure exactly where it goes. I think just into your downloads file as well. Then I'm able to just import my music by dragging it in. And then now I can put it below. So just by adding another piece of media to the timeline, the song plays, even though you can't hear it right now, as the video is playing. And you can see that it is not very well edited. Things are not lined up well at all. But this is just my first time going through, just showing you some of the basics that you can do. I am going to split my clip here. It looks like in this program, you have to hit the split key that looks like scissors. But I was able to split that and delete it. You can also zoom in and out on your timeline to see what you need. And then I think you can also just drag the end of your timeline to adjust. Another important thing you want to do if you're adding music is to fade it so it doesn't just drastically end. So you can go in and you can set the fade parameters for the audio. All right, so now I'm going to export here, and here is where we are running into a problem. So you notice that there's that little gold star up there, premium features in use. So that's right, that doctor, that's a premium feature. So I would have need to upgrade to a fancier account in order to be able to use that doctor. But I don't really need to add green screen footage to my video. The slow-mo skateboarding is enough. So I'm going to delete that doctor. I'm going to just set my music just right. I'll get rid of that title or adjust my title. See how I'm just dragging it to change the length, so I have some of it there. And then I can adjust my title to line up with my music. Go back to my fade, make that fade for a full 2 seconds. And now I'm going to try and export my video again. Now when I export, it's going to work. But because it is a free version, I'm only able to get it in 480p. So that is the resolution. High definition is 1080, and so it's going to look a little bit less quality. That's totally okay for our purposes. Since you guys are just editing video from home, go ahead and export it in 480. It'll work just fine. I'll be able to see that you're learning how to edit, and we're in good shape. If you are passionate about video editing and you want a YouTube channel, you might look into getting a subscription here. I'm not really sure what the costs are for the benefits that you get. Those are all things that you might want to look into if this is something you're into. So that's Clipchamp. I give it a pretty solid review for something that's free, but there are other options out there too. If you find a different video editor that you like, please let me know, and I will demo it and look into it and see what I can find. I know that WeVideo is an option. It gives a pretty large watermark, which is kind of a distraction. I think the video quality might be a little higher though with that watermark. I saw some students submitted something called Vlogstar, was like an app they must have had on their phone when they recorded some footage. That looked pretty good. So there's a number of different ways that we can create video. And so you let me know what you want me to try, and I'll try and figure it out. And together we'll find a way to make movies. So hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video.